Hey everyone, it's Laura here. I want to give you another quick tutorial on creating a buyer template loop when you've already started the paperwork manually. Maybe you have already sat down with the buyers at a table and signed your contracts, and you have a completed contract to upload to Dotloop to submit to review for your admin and your manager. So you're going to create a loop, but obviously we're going to try searching for it first. Now that you have a buyer and you know the property address, you don't need to use the buyer name for the loop. You can actually use the property address. So I'm going to enter a test street, and it doesn't exist already. Okay, a couple. Create the loop. And as you start to type, it's going to automatically search records in the MLS or addresses. And you can attach it to an existing MLS, which will pull in details into the loop with that property address, which will also save you some time. And we're going to select the predetermined templates that I've already created to make your lives a little bit easier with our most popular forms that we use in our area. This is a buyer packet. Now keep in mind, you might have specific questions as you listen to these videos, but if there are those specific questions that are not being addressed here, please visit the training center that you can access by clicking up on your logo or your initials, your photo here, and go to the training center. Lots of helpful information there. So now you've created this loop and you have some predetermined documents in here that you may not need because you've already done a lot of this manually. So you can create your loop status. Maybe this is already under contract. You can even add this information. In our office, our admin's going to review that and add that for you if it's not already been added. You also want to make sure that you go into the details of your loop and add as much information as possible. Add all your buyer names, attorney names, lender, anybody that you might potentially share documents with through the loop so you can collaborate a lot easier. Remember, you do not need to add your admins or your managers to the loop unless you are working with your manager as if they're a co-broker on that transaction. We are already added in there. So you want to make sure that you also create separate folders for each document that you're doing. I'm sorry, for each part of the transaction. So we already have this buyer paperwork. You can move documents within the folders by clicking and dragging. You can also minimize the folders so that you're maybe, if you don't like the clutter on the screen, it's a good way to simplify on your eyes. You're going to add a folder called sale so that when you submit to review, you can submit the whole folder with all the necessary documents that you've already completed. You can always use these documents below if needed, but you've already done this manually, so most of your documentation you should already have in your email. So if you scan to your email, you're going to click on Add Document from Email. This will automatically copy a loop email address. It's the same thing as clicking Edit, Copy, or Control-C on the keyboard. It's just done it for you. So you're going to go back to your email. You're going to find the email with the attached contract. Here's my 6.1 contract. I'm going to simply click Forward. And in the To field, you're going to paste, right-click and paste, or Control-V, and then click Send. All right, that message has been sent. I'm going to go back to my loop. And a quick way to refresh your screen, a lot of times you're going to be waiting for something and nothing's happening or you don't see the document showing up. You want to refresh your screen. You can do F5 on your keyboard. That's a little keyboard trick to help it go easily for you. So now you see that the document has been added from the copier and it has a generic file name. What's nice about this is you can open this file and split the documents into as many documents as you need to. You'll see that if you scroll down, the page numbers show up as you're scrolling. So you can look through the document and determine what pages need to be split. And we have our document or contract here with 13 pages, plus maybe other addendums or disclosures, things like that that we want to split out. For the sake of time, I'm going to just split these into 2 documents. Oops, excuse me here. From within this window, you're going to click on Other Actions, and split document. This is where you can also rotate pages. If something was scanned incorrectly or emailed to you incorrectly, you can rotate a single page or the entire file. We're going to click on split document, and this is where you'll select how many documents you need to split it into. What's really nice about this is you don't have to scan 10 different things individually and add them each to your loop. So I'm going to name this Contract 6.1 from pages 1 through 13. And then we're going to say this is our disclosures and addendum. And we click split document. Also, what's nice is it tells you that a copy of your original document has been archived. So the only thing you really can't undo in dotloop is adding somebody to your team. Everything else you can pretty much archive or redo, and so don't feel that you're going to break the system or hurt anything by having to go back and fix something. Ask your admin for help, or again, reference the training center with a lot of good tips in there. So now you'll see your separate documentation's done. Everything's been signed by your buyers. Now you're ready to submit to review or even share and collaborate with other people. So you have everything signed and complete, but now you want to maybe share it with your buyer's attorney. You can select all the necessary files and click share. Once these fields are complete, you won't have this screen come up and tell you that it's incomplete. You can add attorney names and emails and give them the view only type of permissions if you want. You can also attach the PDF to the email if for whatever reason they have trouble opening. But so far what we've seen, the attorneys really like getting the dotloop shared folder in which they can print and see all the documents that you want them to see. So you'll add the people that way to share. Make sure you select only the documents you want them to see. Again, you do not share with your manager or your admin. You only submit to review. So everything's done and complete. You're ready to turn it in like you used to turn in a full hard copy packet to your admin or your manager. So you're going to click Submit to Review in the top corner. This will typically be populated with your property address since you've already done that. You're going to select the type of folder that you're sending, which is your sale folder that you created. You also want to select that it's a pending file. This is either only going to be listing or pending. You're selecting the correct approval workflow when you do that. You can also send a message here if you have any notes you want to make to your admin or your manager, and click submit. And that's it. Everything's been sent off to review. You can see right here what's been submitted. And then your admin will be notified that they need to review the documentation. They can also make sure that they add anything that your manager needs to sign for you so that you have a copy back within your files. Thanks for checking in. And again, remember to review any other details you need in the training center if I didn't answer any specific questions here. Thanks for your time.